AJ Terrell went down at halftime against the Minnesota Vikings in Week 2 win over those scrubs. AJ Terrell went down at halftime, prior to halftime, and a lot of people trying to figure out when he's going to be back. But right now, this is from Terrell from the Atlanta Falcons. She said this was from Raheem Morris. Atlanta Falcons head coach Raheem Morris said that AJ Terrell is week to week. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, those hamstrings are tricky via Raheem Morris. Now, like I said, I've had some hamstring issues myself, and I'm telling you, it could be 1 week depending on the treatment. It could be 2 weeks. AJ Terrell is a fairly pretty healthy guy. Young, he should be able to bounce back, but like I said, these hamstring things are incredibly tricky, so we'll see how that goes. And I think what he said too at the press conference, that you may be able to get Alfred to better step in there. You may be able to get your boy Nate Brooks. He could possibly see some action, as well as Clark Phillips III. We will see how that goes. But right now, AJ Terrell is week to week. I think is probably one of the best weeks to be hurt, if that makes sense, going against Carolina Panthers. They are not playing well at all. Offensively, they're missing quite a few offensive linemen. These guys went down and they are out for the season. The Falcons have had their own issues with tackles and Caleb McGarry being out as well. So it is not a laughing matter as far as I'm concerned. Like, we need all the players we can get. This is how the NFL goes. But AJ Terrell is week to week. The second conversation that I wanted to kind of talk about is the rumors. Now, obviously with Cincinnati losing Joe Burrow for about 3 months, and that's almost the entire NFL season, with a toe injury that could possibly keep him out for the rest of the season, but it will require some surgery. So it's about as good, it's probably as bad as it's as it could possibly be at this point in time. In my opinion, I think he's going to be out for the season. I can't imagine them, bringing him back for the most part, or him coming back for the most part. We'll see how that goes. But they could be, some rumors of people suggesting if the Atlanta Falcons should trade, or should the Cincinnati Bengals trade for Captain Kirk, and I mean Kirk Cousins. Now, Kirk Cousins, obviously we've seen him in his issues last year with his shoulder. Maybe the Achilles it's healed for the most part, and at this point in time, he had plenty of time to kind of get himself together as far as his Achilles is concerned. I think for the most part, looking at him playing, seeing him at training camp, I think he's fairly healthy for the most part. You don't need him to be a superhero, don't need him to be at the elite status, but with those guys, with Higgins, with you got Jamar Chase, they got a lot of weapons up there, and maybe they don't want to have these guys season go for the most, be done for the most part. But this is my take on it. I don't see Cincinnati trading for Kirk Cousins. If the Cincinnati Bengals were to trade for him, maybe a 4th rounder and a couple of, late round picks. If that was the case, I think they would possibly. I can't imagine them spending money on Kirk Cousins. I'm just gonna be real. They already didn't want to give Henderson, a lot of those guys, money, and I just can't see them trading for Kirk Cousins and taking on most of his contract. Now, if they really are serious about winning, possibly, like I said, this is a huge possible, because Cincinnati don't like spending money. All right, Mike Brown, them Browns don't like spending money up there, so I can't see it happening. But hey, we never know how this NFL season go. But if you guys continue to support your boy here, man, Mike Sports, you enjoy NFL rumors, NFL free agency talk, hit that subscribe button right here on Mad Mike Sports.